I walked out this morning and the cameras are frozen on the outside. Let's see how they do. Here we go. Alright, so windshield wipers did just kick on to clear off the cameras, but it did not go. Okay, so it does say that it's still autopilot function is limited. Clean all the dirt and debris from the camera. Okay. So try to start it one more time. Alright, looks like it is trying here. It's got the blinker on. The wheels moving. Alright, we're pulling out. Let's go. Be making this left here at the stop sign. Very comfortable approach here. I'm making a left here downhill. And some speed bumps. I got some kids in the corner here, so I'm just gonna be very careful here. Some folks waiting for the bus. Oh, that speed bump was way too hard. You double what the normal speed that it does. 16 miles an hour instead of 8. Very friendly children. Here we go. The bus is coming. We're going around. Whoa, it actually got recognized as a bus. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Usually it gets mistaken as a truck or something else. Awesome. So some good improvements here. It is driving the speed limit through the community here. Doing 15 and a 15, which that's rare too. And then it does this weird slowdown here because usually there's a little stop sign in the middle of the street. It does it again. Oh, I'm going to bump up the speed to 30. And that should tell it that you could go faster on this road. There's no reason to do like 18. It could be 25. And then we're going to be making a right at the stop sign here. I'm going to remove that pin so I don't have to stop here on the side of the road. All right, it looks like we got some traffic on the way too. Beginning of our route. We'll see how it goes. And, this is the same area where in the last video it failed with the rain. So I'm hoping that, yep, it did really well here. The speed limit is 30, even though it's showing 15. And we're gonna be, oh gosh, some ice here. Almost took over, but I thought it was just like a giant puddle. But turns out it's just a giant sheet of ice. Okay. Well executed. Yeah, it's amazing. It's driving 30 when the speed limit shows 15, so it is learning, but it should be driving 35 because obviously this road is 35. It just switched over to 35. It is going over the railroad tracks a little bit faster than before. You used to slow down to like 20 miles or 18 miles an hour for the railroad tracks. But this is 13.2.7 version, so it's going a little bit faster. But then it doesn't speed up to the speed limit, 35 miles an hour. It's still going 32. I'm not going to push the accelerator or anything. I'm going to let the car do what it's going to do. But you should know better. I mean, I pushed the accelerator so many times on here. And in case you guys didn't know, you can check your max speed by tapping the speed limit. Like the speedometer here. It is showing that it's set to 40, but yet it's driving 30. I'm going to make a right here, just waiting for this pedestrian to cross. We do have a green, so it should go right through. And we're going to test this direct sunlight here. Let's see if we have any issues or anything. It is pretty blinding for my own eyes. We are making some maneuvers around these slower vehicles as the vehicle in front of this truck pulls out. Woo. Direct sunlight. But we're doing good. So far, so good. It's hanging in there. There it It's driving the speed limit, 57 and a 55. We'll take it. Maybe coming up to our exit here. It's already pre-staged in the left lane, thanks to that slowdown of the truck, but it's been really good on these last few versions, pre-staging well in advance for this left turn. Excellent exit maneuver here. The stops have gotten so good on these versions. It just comes to a complete stop without like you even feeling the difference between when the car is slowing down and stopping. It's pretty cool. All right, we got our green light moving through. As soon as the green light came on, it just started rolling, which is really good. And we're just trying to test this new version on the highway. I haven't taken it on the highway yet. So it's just going to be one more turn here, and then we'll be entering the highway. Based on the map data, there's some traffic at our exit, so we'll see how it does. It's approaching the screen very slowly. A very slow turn here. Could be a lot faster. I don't remember it being this slow on previous versions. Good acceleration here, 41 and the 35. It usually doesn't get up to such high speed here on this road. Went up to 43, now it's dialing back a little bit. We got some twisty roads here coming up. Excellent execution. It stays in the middle of the lane. You know, I've seen some reports from other folks that are testing the system in their videos that on the twisty roads, it goes in the opposite side of the road for some reason. I'll be curious to see if that still happens, if there's a vehicle there. Oh, those potholes are just unavoidable. Excellent execution here. These cars are just stacking up to turn. You know, FSD is completely unaffected. It's just moving through the intersection because that's the right of way. Not sure why it's slowing down here. It's down to 40 instead of 43, even though we're rolling downhill. Maybe it's using the regen braking to recharge the battery while we're rolling down. That's possible. But I've seen it a little bit here. It looks like it's using brakes instead of the regen. Alright, we're coming up to this other sign, 50 miles an hour. There's tons of cars behind me. Is it going to accelerate to the appropriate speed? Yes, it's doing it. Okay, fantastic. And a little bit faster. Good for you. Wow. 56 and a 50. I love it. This lady is just tailgating me back there. Hopefully she'll back off a little bit. Alright, that car is coming through in front was the speed was not affected at all. After it got to 57, it'll start to slow down a little bit. I think the speed control is definitely slightly improved on this version compared to the 13.2.2. That's the last version I was on. I know I missed a bunch of versions. There was 13.2.2.2. There was 13.4, I believe. And it was 13.6. So, and then 13.7. And there we are, 13.2.7. That's what we're currently on. There's a newer version that rolled out to the road Emoji testers, 13.2.8 so far. Omar's had some good reports regarding smoothness. He's saying that it's even smoother than this current version or the previous version, which is kind of hard to believe because it's so good already in terms of smoothness. All right, here we go. We're going to be entering the highway here. The map is showing that there's some traffic on the highway. So let's see how it handles it. Good slowdown here, very comfortable, very well in advance. Blinkers on. We don't have any traffic that we're competing with. Yield sign here just rolls right through it. And we're going to try to see how well it speeds up to enter the highway here. It's definitely getting up to speed. Blinkers on. Alright, traffic's nice and slow, so we should have no trouble merging in. The car behind us is staying way back. Excellent. We are on standard mode, so I expect it to move over one more. Alright, it tried to do that. There we go. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, this time around, it turned the blinker on, and it actually slowed down a little bit to make that maneuver, which I haven't experienced before. Because it went to make the maneuver, and right in the middle of it, this truck in front of us started dropping its speed. So the car dropped its speed a little bit too, but yet continued to switch into the lane. And in case it's your first FSD video you're watching, the highway modes are chill, standard, and hurry. And basically just think of them as like these three lanes. So if you're in chill mode, you're going to be sitting in that right lane going with the speed of those folks. Unless they're going way below the speed limit, then it will try to pass them. If you're in standard, you're going to be staying in this middle lane. Unless the folks in front of you are going really slow and there's room on the left to pass them. And then hurry mode, you're basically going to be living in that left lane, in the passing lane, and going maybe like 10 miles over the speed limit in my experience. Maybe 15 sometimes. It does get pretty aggressive, and a lot more lane changes on the hurry mode than on the other two for sure. It's doing a really good job like navigating here in traffic. It's giving a lot of space to this truck in front of us. Which is making me super comfortable. And it's just enough space to where nobody would really cut in, but it's far enough to where you're not going to be slamming your brakes if the truck in front of us slows down abruptly. Personally, me, I would already go into the left lane here and pass this truck, but I believe because we're in standard mode, it's just sticking to this middle lane. The speed sign 50 miles an hour with the work zone sign, and it actually updated to that speed. In previous versions, it would stay at 65 even if we drove by those. So it's interesting that it's doing that today. I don't know if it's doing it because of traffic and we're going so slow that it actually acknowledges that it's a 50 mile an hour. Oh, there we go. We switched back to 60 miles an hour. That's interesting that it switched in the middle. There was no signs or anything, but yet the car just updated on its own. I wonder what caused it. There's another sign on the left here, same thing, speed 50 miles an hour in the work zone. But that one did not update the speed limit. So it's kind of strange that it's not consistent that way. We're finally getting to the fast lane to pass all this traffic. So what was causing all this traffic? Not sure. Hopefully we'll find out. I mean, there's some traffic on the neighboring highway here, so I'm sure that was slowing down the flow on the right here. There's always traffic. Yep, that's all it was, is just this exit here slowing down traffic. It's so wild that it backs up for a couple miles just for people slowing down to exit on the right here. You would have thought like at least one lane would be moving quick. Alright, another 50 mile an hour sign that actually changed the speed limit on the screen. But yet we're still doing 68, 69, 70. Alright. And that's our max speed. So my offset is 15%, the maximum. There we go. It's moving over to the middle lane. I am curious how it's going to handle, how this version will handle these solid lines. In previous versions, it would just kind of disregard them and change lanes, and it looks like it's still doing that. Alright, doesn't make any sense why we would change lanes here, but we are doing it for some reason. And it's still interpreting the speed to be 50 miles an hour. And we're doing 57. Speed's very comfortable. This guy's trying to turn, he put his blinker on, and yet we're speeding up for some reason. Not sure why we would do that. Doesn't recognize, I didn't see on the visualization if it actually recognized that truck put his blinker on. Now he's moving over. That's kind of a dick move by FSD. Should have slowed down and let that truck in. But can't do anything about it now. It still was pretty comfortable for me. I wasn't like nervous. That the truck definitely saw us because he didn't try to change lanes or anything. We got some direct sunlight here coming in. We're making another maneuver around this truck in front of us. Speed limit did change to 65 now. There was no signs around or anything, so I'm not sure where it's getting this data from. If it's just like updating from the map data, but it's definitely acting slightly different than before. Because before it would just set the speed to like on 13.2.2, it would set the speed to 65 miles per hour, and it would just drive around that 65 miles per hour. On the version before that, it would actually pick up the 50 mile an hour speed, but then it would be stuck at that 50 mile per hour speed until I hit the accelerator or rolled up to max speed. This version is definitely adjusting a lot better to the changes in the speed limit along the route, so I can definitely confirm that for you guys. It's driving perfect speed of 69. We are going slower than flow of traffic. There are people behind me that are switching into the left lane to pass me, but we're going 4 miles above the speed limit, so they just have to deal with it. About a mile out from our exit here, and usually it would pre-stage a little bit earlier than that in the previous version, like 1.2, 4 miles away, but on this version, it's definitely taking a little bit longer to pre-stage. We're like 0.6 miles out. We should be getting in the right lane, so we're not. There we go. Okay. So it looks like about a half a mile out is pre-staging. Traffic's not very dense or very fast. It's kind of just medium. We are driving 57 in this right lane. And our exit's coming up in 0.2 miles. I don't expect anything crazy on it. This exit like we had before. It's been really smooth in the past few versions. Excellent execution, just smoothly gets into the exit and then proceeds through. We do have direct sunlight coming up. Oh yeah, that's definitely blinding, but it's still handling it really well. Good slowdown here. It actually improved the this part of the exit here. I used to drive in between two lanes. It just rolls through that yield sign. Perfect. It used to drive between the two lanes, and then it would pick a right lane later, but this time around it picked the right lane and ahead. There's a car pulling out in front of us here. Got direct sunlight, but that's not really affecting us. All right, they went through yellow. We're slowing down for this red here. Excellent job. Excellent job. There's definitely like slight subtle improvements that I'm noticing on this highway test run here. Excellent. The moment it turns green, boom, it just goes just like the person next to us. Very human like. You're just executing it right away. I'm actually impressed that guy went off the line so fast. We're coming up to a school zone here. It is the school drop-off time, so speed limit is 25. It did not get picked up as 25. It's still showing 40. As we're working our way up the hill, there's somebody pulling over to the side with their hazards on. They're going to be pulling back into our lane. Oh yeah, okay, they're pulling back into our lane. We're letting them in, but he's taking a sweet old time here. Is their vehicle broken? Should we be going around it? I'm questioning that myself as a human, so I'm sure FSD's questioning itself as well. I do see on the visualizations that it does have okay, so it does recognize that the car is broken. Yeah, it doesn't sound so good. So it is going around it. That's excellent. That's a really cool maneuver there. It gave the car plenty of time to show us that, you know, it was broken. It was going way below the speed limit, and it executed that passing maneuver. I just hope that guy gets off the road sooner rather than later, because he's definitely causing some chaos. Another spot with blinding sun. Not if FSD is not affected, and I have to squint quite a bit to keep everything visible. That's better. We're going a little bit under the speed limit here. Speed limit is 40. We're driving like 36, but cars are not pressing up behind us. So let's see here. We're going to be making this exit here at the traffic light, and the speed limit here changes to 15. All right, it did pick up the 15 mile an hour speed limit. Still driving quite a bit faster, which is it did on the previous version as well, which is fine. I mean, you're driving 20 and a 15 with no cars around. It's not a big deal. There we go. Dials the speed back down for that turn, but it's back up to 20. Excellent turn here into the parking lot. I used to struggle with this turn. good. It's going straight. I want it to go straight. Excellent. Is it going to pick a spot or just going to drop me off here? Huh. Did not pick a spot. All right. Looks like we got camera visibility is limited. Clean up dirt and debris from the camera. I do have an appointment scheduled for that. It's on the 25th. It's a mobile service, so the gentleman's gonna come out and he's gonna show me how to clean this camera, because based on what I was told by the folks on the phone that scheduled the appointment for me, you only get one complimentary windshield cleaning in front of the camera, which doesn't make sense to me because, you know, I'm sure this happens because of the way things are designed. So how can they punish us and make us pay for this? Okay. Maybe I'm too far from the parking spot. All right, here we go. And we're gonna let it park itself here. So I'll let you know how that service goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified when the next video comes out. Take care of yourself, your family, and have a great day.